And now, I have the privilege of introducing our valedictorian of class of 2020, James Mendez. Wait. I gotta say some nice stuff about you. He is graduating with a 4.0 GPA. He is a National Merit Hispanic Recognition Scholar and a National Merit Commended Scholar. James will be attending Harvard University, majoring in biomedical engineering. It is my pleasure to introduce to you our valedictorian, Mr. James Mendez.
Howdy, and welcome, class, friends, family, staff. My name is James Mendez, and I'm very appreciative and mindful of this opportunity to stand before y'all and speak here today. I'm going to try to keep this short, as I know everyone's eager to cross the stage, and anyone that knows me knows I don't really like to talk very much. So, a little bit about me. I moved here from California during the prime of my life, 6th grade. I know, gross, right? As much as I don't want to remember those awkward middle school years, I can't forget how much of a culture shock the move was for me. As a previous Dallas city boy living in California, I fully stood up against the Texas stereotype, claiming that Texans weren't all yee-yee and yee-haw like everybody claims they were. Nobody would ever do something like drive a tractor to school. And if you weren't aware, that's been done. And then I moved here. It was such a huge shock from seeing the possibility of getting suspended for even making finger guns, to pulling up to my first Friday Night Lights and everyone's all, get your guns up high, and just throwing them up in the air. Regardless of where we came from, Smithson Valley has provided us with many great memories and fostered community growth from that first football game to the last. Through all the long walks up in the parking lot, sweating when the AC broke several times and on pajama day that first year, trying to survive the snowball war zone on our first snow day, or through all the soccer games, which none of y'all bothered to show up to. I remember back then going into freshman year with 4 whole years ahead of us, and we were so small, some of us more than others. But those years seemed to fly by, and we were left here, looking back, wondering where the heck all that time went, wondering if we made use of our time here. I've heard from many people that life is going to turn out a lot like that. But how do we know if we're making use of our time? You live purposefully, where it drives everything you do. Being mindful of a purpose affects your day-to-day life, and it shapes who you become. Having a purpose allows us to reflect on our choices in each consequence, because ultimately it's our drive that determines whether or not we achieve our personal goals. And it is what has allowed us to make it to this stage in our life, ready to tackle on the next and ready to continue as we go on and make a difference in the world around us. Purposeful action leads to progress and allows us to affect change in our life and in our communities. This purpose can be working to achieve a successful future, or it could be standing up and speaking out against injustice and inequalities. We are the generation that controls the future and can make a difference by upholding values of kindness, emphasizing the ideas that what we say to each other matters, and how we treat each other matters. We need to be open to listen and to try to understand the different perspectives of others. We need to promote respect and fairness to all, despite any differences in those perspectives, in order to ensure a better and safer future. This purposeful action allows us to make our years meaningful, for our time is precious. Unfortunately, this current virus has robbed us of some of that valuable time in school. As a semi-procrastinator looking back on the countless hours spent on Snap and TikTok, I am all too familiar with wasted time and missed opportunities. With this pandemic, those missed opportunities become apparent now more than ever. So I'm going to acknowledge that this is probably not how we envisioned our last year of high school to go. And if, however, you did, then you probably should have said something. We missed out. It stinks. But as the class of 2020, at least we can always say we are a part of history. Although we didn't experience all that we thought we would this year, as we've grown over these past 4 years, metaphorically for some of us, we've made countless other memories that we will carry with us as we go from here. I want to thank the administration for fighting for us and giving this opportunity to make one final memory here tonight, and allowing us to have some closure with our high school years so we can continue moving forward, because life goes on and it doesn't stop for anyone. We've seen how unpredictable the future can be, so live with the purpose and don't waste the precious time we've been given. So as we go forth from here and pursue our different paths, we need to remember to give thanks. To say thank you for these opportunities we have been given, to the coaches, the staff, the teachers that have always pushed us to try our best, even when we didn't feel like it. To the friends that always had our back and supported us when we struggled or just when we needed the homework. I personally want to thank those individuals and also everyone else in my life that has impacted, supported, and influenced me these past years, both here and back in California. Most importantly, I thank God for guiding me to where I am today and putting all those wonderful individuals in my life. And finally, we need to say thanks to our family and our loved ones that have watched us grow up and to whom we have to sorrowfully say goodbye to as we go off and pursue the rest of our story. Say thank you today. Congratulations to everyone here, and remember, through all the years, undaunted ever, Rangers will be.
Thank you, James. We would also like to present you with a plaque commemorating your accomplishment and dedication, earning you the title of Valedictorian, Smithson Valley High School 2020.